to P Orchids Garden USA. Today I'm going to show you a couple of my Phalaenopsis orchids that I have been growing in this type of media and in this type of planter. Both of them been growing in this type of environment, this type of all that good stuff for, I would say 3 years now. So with me right here are two of my Phalaenopsis orchids. Here's one right here, and here is the other one. Okay, all right, so in these orchids, both of them, Phalaenopsis, this was a mini Phalaenopsis orchids, and I had to re-rescue it again because this was loaded with mealybugs. And so I finally got it all cleaned out and sprayed some of the secret ingredients to get rid of the mealybugs. The mealybugs are like the white furry bugs that crawl everywhere in your orchids, especially Phalaenopsis orchids. And that's what happened to these two plants right here. So, but it never really killed the plants, but it slows down the growth, as I can see, because it's not growing any new leaf right here. Usually at this time of year there should be a new leaf, and this one is really leaning down, so I had to fix it. Usually at this time of year it's growing a new leaf, so it's getting ready to bloom again. Okay, so what I did is I got it all cleaned out, spray it, and then I did not change the media. The media that I'm using is called a sphagnum moss. A lot of my orchids grow in a sphagnum moss, wood bark chips, and also coconut husk chips. And this one specifically is growing in a jar. I've got these jars from the Goodwill, and they were like during that time when I got it, probably like 50% off or 75% off. And I usually buy them when they're on sale. I don't buy them I don't buy them when they're not on sale. And there are plenty of them in there at Goodwill, and they're very cheap. So the sphagnum moss that I bought is one of the premium sphagnum moss. What I do with the sphagnum moss is I put it inside in here, and then I put my orchids inside. I usually wrap the sphagnum moss in the roots. With the roots right there. So this one has been in here for at least 3 to 4 years, I would say. And as you can see, I just water it, by the way, that's why it's green. And as you can see right here, the roots looks really healthy, and it's growing around the sphagnum moss. And I do not water them. I do not overwater my orchids, otherwise it will have a root rot. So I only water them as needed. What I do is I fill it up with water, and in 2 minutes, and I pour it out again until it's completely the water are poured out, completely, not dry, but completely gone. All the water is gone, and I don't want the water to get stuck in there because it's a sphagnum moss. It will stay there for a long time, the water is. So that's what this is, and it's growing really well. The leaves are very firm. They're all green, and the mix that I have to clean it up, I'm gonna give you part of it, is I mix the rubbing alcohol, the 70% rubbing alcohol with water, and mostly water, not a lot of alcohol. And this one, it's driving me crazy because it's leaning down, and that's why it's kind of crooked. As you can see, it is crooked right here because it's been laying down for a long time. So I'm trying to straighten it out, and by putting the stick right here, the stick. So anyway, so that's what that is, and I'm gonna show you the other one. And the other one just got done blooming. This one right here, it just got done blooming, and so it's got roots everywhere inside in there. I see a root. Go away. Okay, so I see a root rot right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. See right here? It's a root rot. but I'm not worried about it, you know. At least a lot of it are healthy. Look at the bottom right there. A lot of the roots are healthy, so I am not worried about it. I would start worrying about it when all the roots are rotting away. And look at all that roots right there. It is so healthy. For some reason, my plants really loves this sphagnum moss growing in a jar. And also, this one just finished blooming. I haven't cut it yet. I usually cut it right there at the very bottom of the stem, and I don't see any other growth on the stem, so it is really time to cut it. But I don't have the cinnamon, the ground cinnamon that I use after I cut the stem, so I put the ground cinnamon in there after I cut it. That way it doesn't cause any rotting. And this one is doing so well with a healthy leaves, really firm. The leaves is really firm, and the plants looks really secured inside, and so I don't worry too much about it anymore. When I'm done with it, I put it right on the window pane where they get the morning sun and all the afternoon bright daylight, and that's where I put them. But I have to be careful, make sure that it doesn't get too hot so it doesn't burn. And I think one of them, one of the leaf, when it burned right here, see, this is when it got too hot on the window pane, and I did not notice it until later on, and that's what happened. I don't have to do anything with that. It's not gonna rot at all. It's fine. It's not gonna do anything with. But anyway, so this is what it looks like inside, as you can see right here. That's what it looks like inside right here. I don't see any new leaves coming out yet, but I'm hoping it will be soon. And this one probably not until next year when it starts blooming again, because this one, like I said, it just got done blooming. But anyway, I'm just showing it to you guys. And watering system, when do I water my orchids? I water this once a week. And when I water them once a week, especially with the sphagnum moss, because the water's soaked up in there really good, and they're hard. It's hard for the plants to go dry. And so there's no drainage, as you can see. Remember, I always say something about there's always a hole in there for the water to drain. So this one, that's why I have to be very careful with this one not to overwater, because there's no drainage, there's no holes. So and the water would get stuck in there, and you know, but I'm so used of doing this. I know what I'm doing, you know, especially in my own environment here at the Pacific Northwest in Washington State. I don't leave them outside. I leave it inside, and if I do leave them outside, only in summer and only in a shaded area. Otherwise, the leaves is gonna burn. So I don't leave it under the sun. Otherwise, it is gonna burn. I had that experience before, and I lost some of my orchids. So I have to be very careful. So anyway, this one are doing really great. Look at that. There's even a new roots right here. See, that's a new root coming out. And then the roots. See, the roots are sticking out right here. It's coming out from inside all the way up here. But anyway, so I just want to show it to you, when to water it, how much water, and fertilizer. The fertilizer, I do it once a month. What I do with the fertilizer is I pour water in here, and I drain it out, completely drain out. And then I would wait for probably like 2 or 3 hours, you know, and then while it's still moist inside, then I would put a fertilizer in here. It's water mixed with fertilizer. I pour it in here again, and I drain it out completely. Sometimes I have this upside down, so that way it drains out just like that. Okay, so it drains fast. But once I put it out, you know, on the window, it will dry really fast. So, okay. So thank you so much, and I hope you like my video. And if you have any questions, please leave comments on the video. That way I can answer your questions. You know, I have my team that check out every comments that are on all my videos, you know. So I will respond to all of that. You know, my Facebook, my messenger, just messenger me there or something like that. But best way to do it is leave comments on the videos. That way I can answer back, okay? All right, thank you so much. Take care, and Please share. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And thank you so much. I'll see you again on my next video.